tell you what to choose, because you have to choose for yourself who you want to serve. I'm not here to tell you to serve God. I'm not here to tell you to do anything. But I am here to tell you, you have to choose today. Today is the day we got to make decisions. Today's the big day. Today is the day we're going to choose who we're going to serve. Choose for yourselves who you will serve. We have one body, one soul, one mind. So we can only serve one master. Whatever the master you choose, that's your decision. But we've got to choose today. Choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. These words were spoken by Joshua. He said these words to the nation of Israel. Now, you guys know the story. The nation of Israel, they had undergone a lot of hardship. They were under the control of Egypt for many, many years. When Moses delivered them from Egypt, they were wandering around in the desert for 40 years. After that, it was Joshua who led them to the promised land. You guys know the story. After the wall of Jericho and fighting all the nations that were around them, they finally settled. They were getting settled in this promised land that God told them. Joshua is speaking to the nation of Israel, and he's telling them about all the miracles that God did for them. God did this for you, God did this for you, God did that for you. At the end of the sermon, he said, but I'm not telling you to worship God, but I am saying, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. This day. Why this day? Why not next year? Why not 10 years? Why not when we get old? Why today? Because if you don't make that decision will be made for you. If you don't choose it today, either your friends or society or whoever will make that decision for you. And the sad thing is, you won't even know it. You won't even realize that you're worshiping something that you may think you're worshiping God, and you may think you're serving God. But that decision has been made for you, and you're already serving something else, someone else. You know what the definition of a master is? As someone who tells you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. You guys agree with that? A master is somebody who tells you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And this world is constantly telling us what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. A few weeks back, my student, see you wave and say, I'm the student. He was teaching a class, and he said some statistics I couldn't believe. You remember that? It was about social media. He said the average teenager spends 9 hours a day on social media. I was like, I don't know if I believe that. So I got on social media to check the statistics. It turned out it was true. Average person spends 9 hours a day, teenagers spends 9 hours a day on social media. Do you not think they're being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it? If you're on it 9 hours a day, 9 hours a day. Even like a full-time job is 9 hours a day, but you have a break on Saturday and Sunday, right? This is on an average day, so there's some overtime, on other days. Most likely Saturday and Sunday. Our brains are being tricked, if not by social media, by TV. If not by TV, by our friends. If not by our friends, by somewhere, somehow, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, every single minute, we are being tricked and we are believing what we're being told. We don't even know it. We're being tricked every single day. We've been told what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And I would have been a victim of this if it wasn't for my lovely parents. I just want to take the time to thank them. They're not here today. They're in DC. But we gotta be sure not to be tricked. So that no one tells us what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Now, that was fun. Hopefully you guys laughed at that, but let's just think about what happened. for a second, right? I'm here, having a good time. And all I had to do was kind of point my hand over there, half the room, turn around, and raise his parents. Ready to look. I told you what to do. Make you believe my parents were here. I told you how to do it by looking over there. I told you what to do right now. Now I'm just here, we're having a good time. There are people who are paid thousands and thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, specifically for this job, to make sure that they get into your head. We're just having fun now. But really, there are people, professionals, who are there to make you do certain things. They're going to tell you how to do it and how to do it. The Bible says the following, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Tewahedo inka wa'atwabu bakamu. Isman tsalahi kamu ganyen, yitahir kama agasa, where has David translation. Be sober-minded. Be watchful. Because your adversary, the Satan, is crawling around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Each and every single day, that Satan had no rest. His primary reason is to take you away from God. And this is why it is important and vital that we make our decision today. Because if we don't make that decision to serve whoever we want, if that decision is God, that is your decision, but make it today. If you don't want to serve God, that is still your decision, but make it today. Because if you don't make that decision will be made for you. So let's look at some gods, small letter G, masters that this world has to offer us. There's different type of lords or kings or masters that this world has to offer us. And let's just look at a few. We can't look at the whole thing. But let's just look at a few. We already looked at the first one. We kind of touched up on it. First one's kind of obvious. Social media, right? Social media is fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying social media is a sin, never be on it. No. There's Facebook, and I don't even know how many things are out there anymore. Can't keep up with them. It's too much. It's too much stuff. But it offers a sense of comfort. You get to, hook up with your friends and talk to them and all this stuff. And especially if you post a picture, you get 100 likes. Wow. That's pretty amazing, right? Right? And you go around smiling because you feel very popular. So it has a lot of good things that it brings with it. Now, I'm not here to condemn social media. That's not what I'm doing. It's a tool. If you use the tool appropriately, in the right amount, in the right way, then it's a tool. There's nothing wrong with it. You're using it. If you abuse its power, you go and you use it in the way that you're not supposed to, you're worshiping it. You became your master. Now, how do you know if you're worshiping social media or not? Because like I said, you might be worshiping it, and you don't even know. You don't even know. So how do you know if you're worshiping social media or not? Here's how you know. Well, I came up with a few indicators, because I'm a nice guy. I want to help you guys out. So I'm going to give you a few indicators to see if you're worshiping social media or not. Now, this is for you. This is not for me. It's not for you, right? This is for you. You to evaluate yourself. It's about you today, and you making a huge decision about who you're going to serve. So it's about you today. Number one, if you're on social media 9 hours a day, you got problems. You got serious issues. That's we need to get that off first. Number one. Number two, if you're on it when you shouldn't be, then you're serving social media. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more later. But we have responsibilities in this world, right? You have things to do. If you're in a classroom, what are you supposed to do at that time? Concentrate. If you're with your parents, you should be doing what? Talking to your parents. If you're at church, what should you be doing? Worshiping God. The Bible tells us there's a season and time for everything. There's a season to laugh, a season to cry. A time for everything. Time to work, time to rest. A time to go to church, a time to go to school, a time to be on social media, a time to be with parents, with friends, a time for everything. But in the time that we're supposed to be in school, if we're on our phone, no, we're worshiping. I'm gonna tell you guys a true story. You can't make it up. It's a true story. When I was teaching on Ghana several years ago, it was, of course, Saturday night, because you spend the night on Saturday. And I'm there, and we start around 11:30. We end around 12:30 a.m. because we need to go to that same worship together. And we did that, just like any other Ghana. We celebrated. Finished the class, we went downstairs, celebrated Ghana, went home, went to sleep. Woke up the next day, and I realized it was the season for me to get on Facebook. So I got on Facebook. And I'm, getting ready to update my status to tell my brothers and sisters of Ethiopia, maybe Ghana, whatever. So when I was doing that, on the news feed, one of my students' Facebook profile thing popped up. You know what it said? I am bored. But why I got mad was, it was updated at 12 a.m. She was in my class when she wrote that. You know how I felt? That was. But here's the thing. When we are on social media, while we're supposed to be talking to God, are we not being told what to do? How to do it and when to do it? We're being told to get on social media, check. We're being told how to do it by ignoring God. Or we're being told when to do it inside the church. Are we not worshiping social media? We agree that the definition of a master is someone who tells you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And the minute you take out your phone at a time where you're not supposed to, and you get on it, are you not worshiping? Now it's fine. You can worship social media, but you cannot worship God at the same time. One man cannot serve two masters. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. One man cannot serve two masters. That's why we have to make a decision today. Because if we don't make it, the devil will get in our head and make that decision for us. One type of a God, small letter T, that the world has to offer us, social media. Let's look at another type of a master or a lord that the world has to offer us. Relationships. Relationships. I want to define what I mean by relationships, just in case we're not clear on this topic. I mean all forms of relationships. I mean friendships. And, well, here's the thing. Clearly, no one is going to date before 30, right? Clearly, that's the rule, right? That's what we're saying. No one is allowed to date before 30. But, just in case someone broke that rule, we're going to include boyfriend and girlfriend in there. But I'm talking about even more than that. So, relationship with your mom, your dad, your cousin, your aunt, whoever. Whatever type of relationships you have. Because it's important to understand, just like social media, I'm not telling you that all relationships are wrong. You're supposed to be in your room alone and just pray 24/7. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, just like social media, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it. There's a wrong way to handle relationships, and there's a right way, except if you're dating for them. It's all wrong. But other than that, if you're talking about your friends, it's good to have friends. But if you're worshiping them, then it's a problem. Right? So we're going to look at a few examples. Just like we did with social media, we're going to look at a few indicators to see if we're worshiping the relationship that we're in, whatever relationship it is. But I want to make a disclaimer because I'm a little worried. What we said, a master is someone who does what? Who tells you what to do, how to do it, when to do it. That's what we said, right? If your mom tells you to clean your room, do not respond back by saying, don't tell me what to do. How to do it, what to do it. Don't do that. Now I'm going to get a lot of phone calls. Here's the thing. If we decide to worship God, it is God who told us to obey our parents. I'm going to take it one step further. Yesterday we learned about John and how he talked about love. And in the first epistle of John, he said, how can we claim to love the invisible God if we can't love the visible brothers and sisters that are all around us? Right? It's the same thing. How can we obey the invisible God if we have a hard time obeying the visible parents that are here as our earthly lords that God has given us? It doesn't work. I can't say I'm obeying God and not disrespecting my parents. It doesn't work. So in order to please God, I have to obey my parents because that's what he told me to do. Does that make sense? So don't go home and try that on your parents. Your parents are exempt from that. They're exempt from that. But we're going to look at other examples and indicators to see if we are worshiping the relationship that we're on. Here's a scenario. Let me give you guys a scenario. So it's on a Friday evening, your friends come up to you and tell you there's a concert. What's like a famous singer? Jacob? Jacob? Next one. All right, one of those guys. One of the two pockets. He's still alive? So whoever it is, right? I don't care. Pick your favorite, like whatever you. Hopefully you don't listen to that stuff. Hopefully you don't listen to that stuff. You first tell you they come and say you gotta pick on Jay-Z because it seems like he's always in style, right? You're gonna pick on him for right now. And Jay-Z's coming right next to your house to perform a huge thing. You know that. You know your parents are not about to let you go to any concert. You know this. Right? Yep. So you go to parents. You tell them, Mommy, Daddy, it's fine. Deacon so-and-so is having a Bible study on a Friday evening. It's gonna stay until 2 a.m. I'll be here later. Right? You tell them that. And then you go. Are you not worshiping your friends? Yeah. You did exactly what he wanted you to do with the concert. You did it in the way he told you to do it by letting your parents. And you did it when he told you to do it on Friday. Are you not obeying your friends? Again, we cannot worship two masters. Today is a day of decision. You are entitled to say, okay, you know what? I don't want to worship God anymore. You're allowed to walk away and just worship your friend. But you can't say I'm worshiping God and then lying to our parents and making God accept. We can't do that. We have one body, one soul, one mind. So we can only serve one master. We are lying to ourselves if we're doing this. Today is a day of decisions. And you got to decide for yourselves what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you to pick God. I'm telling you, that is your decision. But if you decide God, you got to worship. You got to worship. Again, we're looking at indicators to see if we're worshiping our friends or not. And any type of relationship, it doesn't just mean friends. It could be anyone. Let's look at another indicator. If you're failing to complete your responsibilities, if you are failing to complete your responsibilities, I'm going to explain what that means. You have, if you choose, again, today is a day of choices. If you choose God, you have 4 responsibilities in this world. Write this down, post it on top of your bed, do whatever you need to do. You have 4 responsibilities. If you choose God, you have 4 responsibilities. Listen carefully. First responsibility is very obvious. You have a responsibility to God. If you say you're going to serve him, let's say we were talking about your slaves, and he's our master. So we have a responsibility to God. Number one. Number one. Number two, you have a responsibility to your parents. You have to honor them, you have to respect them, and you have to spend time with them. I'm gonna let you in a little secret. And I think the parents are gonna be mad at me, but I'm a nice guy, so I'm gonna do it. If you guys want some independence, and I'm not talking about the type of whatever, I'm talking about innocent fun. Like if you want to go and hang out at the mall with your friends, and you know like nothing's gonna happen on a Saturday afternoon, and you feel like you're getting no's all the time, you know what the smart thing to do is? Clean your house. Cook if you can cook well. Spend time with them for like a month. Don't argue. First, they're gonna be scared, right? When they walk in, they're like, "The room is clean." Who's not? Right? But just talk to them. How was your day? How are you, mom? How are you? Just talk to them. Not by being fake. Be sincere. They're your parents. They go day and night for you. Most of them don't like their job that they're doing. They're doing it for you, right? So take the time of day just to talk to them for a few weeks. That's all. And then you come back and you say, "Mommy, Daddy, can I go to the mall?" Don't come back in a week. That's what they're gonna tell you. That's what they're gonna tell you. But take the time. You have a responsibility to your parents. Not just to say yes and no, but turn off the TV, turn off your phones, sit down and talk to them. They just want to be heard sometimes. How was your day today? Mom, Dad? It doesn't hurt. Right? And then say, I have to study if you have to study. If you give them time, that's the meaning of responsibility. I'm giving you responsibilities. So first, you have a responsibility to God. Second, you have a responsibility to your parents. Third, you have a responsibility to school, education. You have a responsibility to learn and be somebody. And I'm going to get into that later, so I'm not going to go into detail what I mean by that. And fourth, and the one that gets forgotten a lot, you have a responsibility to your country. I don't care where you were born. Here, Ethiopia, whatever, I don't care. Your blood is screaming Ethiopia. You have a responsibility to your country. Your brothers and sisters right now are starving. And you know this. If we turn our backs on them, we become selfish. No one is telling you to fix and cure cancer. No one is telling you to do that. But do whatever you can. Whatever you can at this age, I don't care if you're 5 or 50. Do whatever you can to help your brothers and sisters. You have a responsibility to the country. 4 responsibilities. Responsibility to God, responsibility to your parents, responsibility to your education, and to your country. And whatever relationship you are, whether that's friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, if you're messing up one of these 4, you're worshiping them. If your grades are falling apart because you're in a very not toxic relationship with your boyfriend, that should be a clue. Your responsibilities, you're failing in that. You're worshiping them. If your, again, grades are messing up because you're partying with your friends too much, again, you're worshiping them. That should be an indicator to see whether or not you're worshiping your relationship that you're in. Another indicator, this is a big one. This is a big one. When you start to compromise on your values, that's a big red flag. That is a red flag. When your values start getting compromised for somebody else. I'm going to tell you guys what I mean by that. You guys remember DARE? We were talking about this in class previous, right? See? You guys remember DARE? Not Truth or Dare. That's what everybody's saying. Not Truth or Dare. I'm talking about like in 5th grade or whatever. Like a big police officer comes and talks to you about drugs. Just say no. You guys didn't do that? Well, we know who grew up here who didn't. So what we did, at least in Virginia, was the cop would come and he would talk to us about like there was a bear. I remember bears for some reason. Right? Is it just me? No. Okay, yeah, okay. And then they were like, he's there just saying no and all this, and they had, they were talking to us. And one thing he said, which I still remember to this day, was he said before the age of 18 or something like that, he said, Someone will offer you drugs. And I remember sitting down, I didn't know what drugs were, but I didn't go back. And I was like, how is this gonna happen? Right? I was so scared, like drugs, no. What's the world about? And then of course I went to college, drugs everywhere, right? They were just being offered like there was no tomorrow. And I would have compromised on my values if it wasn't for my parents. But, some people are like, but it's very easy to give up on values. Something happens at the age 15 or 16 where you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. But something happens in your brain where you're like, I want to fit in. Like, I know it's wrong, but let me do it. At the first time, you know it's wrong, you do it. Second time, you know it's wrong, but you want to forget about it. Third time, you don't think about it. You just do it. It becomes normal. And fourth time, you have a hard time believing whether it's right or wrong. Because you've started worshiping it. Think about that. You're giving up your values for a friend, for a boyfriend, for girlfriends. My dear sisters, I've been teaching Sunday school for 10 years. And I can't tell you how many times young girls come and tell me they broke their promise to God about waiting until marriage. I can't tell you. It breaks my heart, and here's why. They make a promise to God that they will be a virgin until they get married. They make that promise on their own. They keep it for 16, 17, 18 years. Some boy comes in 6 months, and changes their mind. And you know what the saddest thing is? The guy's nowhere to be found within 3 months afterwards. Nowhere to be. He doesn't want to look at her. He doesn't want to talk to her. He doesn't want anything to do with her. But invested 6 months on her to get what he wanted. Are we not worshiping now? If we begin to give up our values, have they not become our masters? How can we say we're worshiping God? How can we claim that we worship Christ? When we worship our friends, our boyfriends, our girlfriends. Again, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. You get to make that decision. And if you pick God, don't go to the left, don't go to the right. Worship. Let's keep going. Another type of a master that the world has to offer us, and this is a difficult one. I know at first people are going to look at me like I'm crazy. I'm going to explain what I mean. It's a kind of subtle one. Get ready for it. The type of master that the world has to offer us is school, work, and activities. Again, it's no different from social media. It's no different from relationships. There's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. There's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. Parents, listen up. I'm going to say something very bold, but I have to say it. You're telling your kids to go to school so that they'll get a good job and get good money, and that's the only thing you're telling them. You're telling them that's the goal of education. You have failed your parents. You have failed your kids as a Christian parent. You have failed your kids as a Christian parent. It's important to understand the difference. As a parent, you're doing amazing. As a parent, you're doing amazing. More power to you. As a Christian parent, you have failed. Because the goal is not to make money. The goal is to get the paradise. And your kid is not your kid. He's a gift from God. And your responsibility is to keep that gift and to ensure that he gets into paradise. That is your responsibility as a parent. That is why it is key to listen to kids. Let them tell us. Let the kids tell us what their passions are. Let them tell us. Let us not tell them who to become. I'm gonna give you guys examples. If your kid or if you guys like drawing, more power to you. More power to you. Right? There may not be any money in the future, but he might be created to draw the next holy icons or to design the next church for the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. That might be his purpose in this world. That might be the will of God for your son, for your daughter. If they're interested in, let's say, sports, don't discourage them. They might be the next Maseret. You guys remember Maseret? Like 12 Olympics in London? When she was running and she won in the marathon, what did she do? Showed it to the world. She showed it to the world. It took 5 seconds, but that 5 seconds, she was able to preach the gospel to the rest of the world. In 5 seconds, using the gift that God gave her. It wasn't to preach. It wasn't to become a priest. It wasn't to become a deacon. It was to use the gift that God gave her to preach to the world. Something that not a lot of us have done. I was talking to one of my brothers I found the other day. And he told me he was playing the cello or something. And now we see him playing the guitar. Where did that motivation come from? Where did that passion come from? It came from the fact that that was the will of God. And that passion, it took him a while to find the right route, but that passion led him here today to serve God. Let's not discourage the kids when they tell us they have a different passion than what we have in mind. Because we might be fighting God's will, not our kids. This is very important. Let's look at another indicator. Remember, we talked about relationships, or we talked about 4 responsibilities, right? One of it is a responsibility to God. If our work, or our school, or our activities is getting in the way of church, red flag. Think about what you're doing. But I want to clarify what I mean by that. If you have 3 finals on Friday or on Monday, no one is telling you to come to Sa'atat, Mahalit, Adase, come in the church. No one is telling you that. Nobody's asking that from you. What God wants from you is what you have to offer. It's not even what you have to offer. If you really got 3 finals on Monday, and what you have to offer is 5 minutes, he wants that 5 minutes. He wants it. Don't think it's nothing. Don't say, oh, I got 3 finals, I have no time for God. No, if you got 5 minutes, he wants that 5 minutes. If you got 30 minutes, he wants the 30 minutes. If you got 4 hours, come to the next. He wants what you have to offer. And the problem is, when we start missing church, it's like you miss it one Sunday, and it's like, oh, I can't believe I missed church. Second Sunday, it becomes that much harder. Especially Bible study. Especially Bible study, right? Because Bible study, you miss one course, oh, I'm already behind. I'll catch the next one. Like the next one that they're going to start, whatever that is. And we never get into it. We have a responsibility. And if our careers, our education, our activities, we're getting into that, then we have a problem that we need to fix. So, we looked at 3 types of masters. This is not like a whole list, but we get the idea. And they're all basically the same, right? They give us like false joy. Like for right now. Social media, I might be happy when I get 100 likes, but the next day if I only get 2, I'm gonna move around all day. If I have a girlfriend, I'm showing her off today, she breaks up with me tomorrow, I'm gonna move around all day. If I have a great job where I'm getting straight A's, I get 1 F or whatever, I'm gonna move around all day. They're fake. They can't give you real joy. So So why not worship God? The source of joy, the source of happiness. Why not worship Him? The God, the Almighty, why not worship Him? Our Lord, our Savior, Jesus Christ, who died for you and I so that we may have life. Why not worship Him? Why not worship Christ who has prepared paradise for us? Why not worship the one who's already waiting for you with open arms? That is your decision. But now the time has come to make the decision. So, if you decide, and only for yourself, if you decide that you will serve the Lord God, I'll ask you to stand. If you've decided today that you're going to serve the Lord God, I'll ask you to stand. We're going to vow. We're going to make a promise to God. When I point to you guys, everybody listening? When I point to you guys, I want you guys to say the words, serve the Lord our God. So when I point to you, you will say, serve the Lord our God. Let us yield our hearts and serve the Lord our God. Let us remember today, the day that we vowed to serve the Lord our God. With all our might and soul, we will serve our Lord our God. Whether we are in school, work, or home, we will serve the Lord our God. We shall live our lives according to how God intended us to live. We will spend each hour, each minute, each second with a purpose to fulfill His will. It is His will that we seek because He is the one we have chosen. There is no one else we'd rather be serving, and no one else that can take His place. This is the day we have decided to serve the Lord our God. Choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. Let's talk together.
ወንድማችን ዳዊት ሙሉነህ ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን። ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን። አሜን። ክብር ጸጋው ይብዛ።
Here in the life of the Lord. ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን።
ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን።
የሕይወት ቃል የሚባለው ሲመጣ በእናንተ ያፈገሩባን ነው። የሕይወት ቃል ያሰማልን ስንል ብዙ ጊዜ ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን ስንባል when you hear the word of the life. Did I get it right? Yeah. ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን ሲባል የሕይወትን ቃል በመጨረሻ እናንተ ያፈገሩባን የሚለውን ቃል ያሰማልን ብሎ ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን።
ቃለ ሕይወት ያሰማልን።
How's everybody doing?
Good.
How's everybody doing? Good. All right. Okay, it's time for it's a discussion time for the ceremony. I want everybody to get involved. When we came here from Dallas, we were having conversation in the car. We were having discussion. We had a discussion topic, and everybody was getting involved and learning from one another. So it's a great way to learn from one another. It's a great way to learn a lot of things that we don't know. So on this discussion point, we have to get involved. Not only that on the discussion point, but we have to get involved on the points that we have. We have to share our opinion. So please get involved on this discussion. So we're gonna divide this discussion into three groups, just like earlier our brother that was introduced. He said from 12 to 14. What's the name of the group? Georgi Segasa. And then 15 to 17, Saint Climate. And then from 18 to 18 and above, St. Yari. So we're going to divide into 3 groups, and we're going to involve in the discussion. But we have to do it quietly because we don't have to disturb one another. And also, we have to do it in a timely manner because we're a little bit late off our schedule. So let's do it in a timely manner.
Before we break, please, all chosen facilitators meet Vice President Zena right there. That's right. St. Yari's group will be here, and you guys will be staying here with the fathers. It's going to be the fathers that will be meeting St. Yari's team. And the 2 classes, I'm not sure, but Zena will show you. Or hold on. Who can show us where? I'm not sure where Kadus Georgis Gasich's class will be. That's the age group 12 to 14. Over there? Okay. Can someone? Can we go? I think someone will show you. Thank you. Team Saint Georgis Gasicha, please follow the plan. Quiet. And who knows where class Saint Clement is? That's not Saint Yari. Okay. All right. Team Saint Clement, ages from 14 to 17. 15 to 17. I'm sorry. You'll be over here. Let's remain quiet so we could do things accordingly.